Parashat Shemot. We have a question. We'd like to see if someone can come up with a good answer. The question is like this: the Torah begins Shemot with telling us about the Yud Beis Shvatim, the 12 Shvatim. What? And the Torah tells us about the Yud Beis Shvatim, that they're so special. And then the Torah ends, the Yosef Hayab Mitzrayim. Yosef was in Egypt. So the question is, you don't know that? We had all Parashat Vayeshev, Parashat Miketz, Parashat Vayigash, Parashat Vayechi. Four parashiyot where the Torah told us about Yosef Hayab Mitzrayim. What's the Torah telling us about Hayab Mitzrayim? The Torah starts off with Shemot. The Torah begins. No. The Torah begins with Chumash Bereshit. What's going on over here? You hear my question? My question. Rashi. So Rashi says, what's pshat in Yosef Hayab Mitzrayim? Rashi says, I'll read you the Rashi. Rashi says, today we didn't know that he was in Mitzrayim to teach us the tzidkato shel Yosef, that he was a real tzaddik. He is the same Yosef that he was a shepherd with the sheep of his father. He's the same Yosef that came down to Mitzrayim and became king. He didn't change. He's the same tzaddik. That's the Rashi. Yosef Hayab Mitzrayim. Even though he was Mitzrayim, he still stayed the same. Let me ask you a question. And he's called Yosef HaTzadik, right? You call him Yosef HaTzadik. When the Torah wants to tell us about Noach, didn't the Torah tell us clearly, Noach, Ish, Tzadik, Tamim, Hayab, Doatav, Etelkim, the Torah tells us clearly he was a Tzadik. The Torah doesn't mince words, doesn't hard words, it tells us clear. Why Yosef? They don't tell us he's Tzadik. Yosef Hayab Mitzrayim. From these words of Yosef Hayab Mitzrayim, we're supposed to know that he was a tzaddik. Tell that he was a tzaddik. We're telling you know how we know that Yosef was a tzaddik? Because it says in the Torah that Yosef Hayab Mitzrayim. What's the chidush? Of course he was in Mitzrayim. Where else was he? We know that. Even though he was in Egypt, he still saved a tzaddik, like he was originally. Tell us that he's a tzaddik. Noach, the Torah goes out and puts it out on, places it all over the Torah. Noach is tzaddik, and then it says later, again he was a tzaddik. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells him, tzaddik haya, I didn't find no tzaddik like you. And over here, Yosef is all. Come on, let it be known he was a tzaddik. The answer is, L'tzono shel adam zeu kvodo. What's called giving a person honor? If you fulfill his wish. That's giving honor. You know what? Yosef doesn't want it to be known that he was a tzaddik. Yosef is hatznei alechet im Hashem okecha. He does things under the radar. He doesn't want it to be plastered over that he's a tzaddik. He doesn't feel comfortable if you say on him a tzaddik. He's comfortable. Oh, he's a regular guy. He's not special. He's not a regular guy. He doesn't look to blow his horn. He doesn't look to put up signs. You should know who I am. What is he like? Quiet. Hatznei alachet. Proof. He was so good at it. That the brothers didn't recognize him. They come down to Mitzrayim. Here he is in front of you. Good, he put on an Egyptian helmet and put on this, that, but you can see the face. I tell someone over there is going that person. She says, how do you know the way he's walking? I can tell even from his walk who he is. So, he was so good at hiding. In this week's Parsha, the Torah tells us that before, when Yaakov tells Yosef, do me a favor, let me go down to Mitzrayim, take me down to Mitzrayim. So he bows down. When Yosef says, I'll do it, he bows down on Rosh Hamitah. Rashi says, he's thanking the Borei Olam that Yosef is a tzaddik. So Reb Schwab asked 17 years, the guy is there. He comes in and out to him. He visits him. And now you're thanking Boreolam that he's a tzaddik after 17 years. So Rav Schwab says that Yosef hid himself so well that even Yaakov couldn't see he's a tzaddik. Even Yaakov, the Baal Ruach HaKodesh, his son came in. He walked like a regular guy. But what happened now? When he told him to swear and to say a shvuah, the world shook by a shvuah, right? Haram nizdazeah. So when Yosef had to do the shvuah, he started to shake with fright. You have to say shvuah. Then he saw the Yerat Shemayim. So when did he recognize he was a Yerat Shemayim? When he made him swear. But all the 17 years, he looked like a guy. He couldn't do. Yeah. Yosef wanted that the Torah should just write Yosef Hayam Mitzrayim. Don't. I'm not looking to be. I don't need it. Under the radar. Hatznei Alechet. Now there happens to be. So let me ask a question. So if so, how come Chacham Avadia put on that turban with the big fancy thing with that thing on him?
The sunglasses.
Yeah. Okay. The sunglasses he had over his eyes. That's no question. But the turban, what it is, Chacham Yosef Raful goes around short with a short jacket, with that, nothing special. But and the same thing Chacham Baruch and Chacham Avadia put on this whole big. Hatznei Alechet.
What was the message?
Hatznei Alechet. Yosef, when it means Hatznei Alechet, means Yosef walked around with Egyptian clothes, and he looked like, but really he was that tzaddik. The Torah tells us that he's a tzaddik. So how do you answer Chacham Avadia? You hear my question?
But you also can't compare Chacham Avadia to Yosef.
I'm not comparing. I'm asking a question. If Yosef HaTzadik held that you should go, under the radar, Chacham Avadia went above the radar. The answer is that Chacham Avadia held that we are such type people that if he doesn't put that on, we're not going to respect him. Right. And it'll be an aveira on our part for not respecting the Torah that he has. He didn't do it for himself. The man had in himself so much Torah. He was an encyclopedia. I don't think encyclopedia is enough to say. If you look at his Sfarim, you see the man knew, and not shaykh what that man had in his head. What? 100%. Even more than a photograph memory. A photograph memory with a Google. You hear what I'm telling you, Ralphie? A photograph memory with a Google also. Together. Unbelievable. And if you don't respect that kavod the way it should be, it's a tananas. You have to respect the Torah. So he held that the door will not respect him if he goes around where he is. So maybe we have to put it on. Chacham Yosef doesn't want to be. He doesn't want it. I went over to him today, when I go into Ateret, all the boys come running over to me for brachot. A whole bunch of kids around me. Then I see Chacham Yosef. So I said, boys, 1 second. I go to Chacham Yosef up the steps. I take off my hat like this. Mishum Oifen, he doesn't want to put his hand on my head. He walks over to the side. Yeah. So no, I don't say. I'm a tough guy. Yeah, you see me, I'm a soft, but I go over to him and said, Bracha! Okay. Then he gives me bracha. Then he gives me bracha. So then I say, Hamivarech mizbarech keifo kefraim. One who gives a bracha gets double, triple, 4. But that's him. He doesn't want. He doesn't let the kids kiss his hand. He doesn't let anyone kiss his hand. That's him. That's his ma'ach. Hatznei Alechet. But Chacham Avadia, I want to show you there's two ways.
Manhiga of a door.
Who?
Chacham Avadia was manhiga of a door.
True, but even Yosef was the manhiga of a door.
What?
I don't think you understand how big Chacham Yosef is.
We don't understand.
We don't understand.
We don't understand. We don't have we don't have a saga because you have to be in the line. When you're in the line, I a little bit in the line from the learning. His mind was able to take in thousands of svarim, and he read it, and he read it, and he read it, and it stayed in his mind. But he was Moser Nefesh. Don't get yourself. It was with Mesirat Nefesh. Don't think he did what He worked. I have a picture to my house in the hospital with the things on. With the things on.
He doesn't see it.
With the things on. With the, intravenous, heart thing, this thing, all it. And he's sitting in pajamas. In the pajamas.
Where, in the kollel?
No, in the hospital. And he's sitting and learning like with the thing. Can you imagine? I mean, if he had all that and in the hospital, he's weak. Not the Torah. It's unbelievable. But he felt, I'm sure that's the view. He felt that if he's not going to act in the proper manner. So let me tell you a short story of the Chafetz Chaim. The Chafetz Chaim was a big anav. Such an anav that a Rab Oshri, his name was. He went by Chafetz Chaim. So he told me this story. He says he came from his on a train. He came back like it was Yom Tov. He went home. It was in Europe. Came back, and on the train he saw an American. So he figured this American for sure is going to take a wagon. He asked him, "Where you going?" He said, "I'm going to Iran to see the Chafetz Chaim." He said, "Good, I'll take you there." He wanted to get a hitch with this fellow. This person. Like I told you, Rav Ashri. He was a bachur then. So he tells him, "I'll take the Chafetz Chaim." He told me a story. So they get off the train and to go to Iran, either you walk, which is a few miles, good few miles, or you take a horse and buggy. So you knew this. America will take a horse and buggy and hitch the ride. They come to the Chafetz Chaim's house. He gets off and he says to him, "Come, I'll take you in." Rav Oshi says to this American, "I'll take you in."
They had cars by that type of thing.
Yeah, but but in Radin it was horse wagon. So they got him off. He walks into the house, and the man says to him, "Where's the Chafetz Chaim?" What do you mean, where's the Chafetz Chaim? Here, sitting. That's the Chafetz Chaim, because he was sitting very pashut, this. He thought the Chafetz Chaim. The man was sitting pashut and pushed the clothes. Even that hat over there they had, That's the Chafetz Chaim. Now, the Chafetz Chaim is sitting in shul. You listen to the story. And it's before Kriyat HaTorah, and the poor people, Daniyim, of the town, said, we're not allowing the Kriyat HaTorah. They're stopping Kriyat HaTorah. What is? In the town, there was a wheat salesman. And instead of leaving wheat in the town, he shipped everything out because he got a better price out. So there was very little wheat for bread in the town itself. So it was very expensive. So the poor people said, we're not letting Kriyat Torah until the person promises that he's going to leave wheat. So we should have wheat in the town to make bread and cake and what we need. He takes everything away, he sends it all off, because he makes more money when he sends it out. Bekitzer, the person saw that it's getting hot, so he left the Bet Midrash. So,
the wheat salesman was in the Bet Midrash?
Yeah, he lived in Rat. So that one person, when he left the Bet Midrash, one person gets up and says, I'm going to teach him a lesson. I'm going to go to the city, and I'm going to squeal on him that he got out his son from the army because he put a sick boy in the place of his son, saying that his son is this fella, and that's how his son got out of the army.
Is that true?
That was what he did. I'm going to squeal on him. Chafetz Chaim stopped. No, Chafetz Chaim stopped. Take out the Sefer Torah. He ordered to take out the Sefer Torah, and then he said to the person, I want you to come to my house tonight, Motzei Shabbat. The guy didn't come. Chafetz Chaim goes to his house and tells him, you should know, if you dare do that, what you want to do, you're masur, and you don't have a Om Haba, and you're going to get Gehenna. Rabbi, he says to him, this guy is, how many, our whole town is suffering because of him. That's nothing. He takes the wheat out. He has wheat, and therefore it costs so much money. We're all suffering. We're all hungry for him because of him. I should keep quiet. The next day, the guy gets onto his wagon, heading to the city to squeal on him. He goes out of the city, a mile away, and guess who he sees? The Chofetz Chaim is waiting for him. The Chofetz Chaim waits, flags him down and says, please do not become a Masur. If you're going to squeal on him, I'm sorry, I'm right. He's causing tzarot to our whole town. He's in our town. How does he do this to us? I'm not. The Chofetz Chaim says to like this, till now I was nice to you. I'm warning you. If you dare do that, you're finished. The guy says, drives further, stops, turns around, comes back, takes the Chofetz Chaim back to town. And that means he got scared. In other words, this Chofetz Chaim was such tzaddik. When he needed, what did he do? I'm warning you, you do it, you're over, you're finished.
What's the threat mean?
HaTzadik gozev HaKodesh Baruch B'kayim. If the tzaddik says die, he dies on the spot. That's what he does. That's what it means. So I'm just showing you, like this, the Chofetz Chaim was anav, quiet. But when it has to be, Kodesh Baruch should bless us all with tremendous anava, and we should do great things under the radar.
Amen.
Amen.